So I'll use the masking technique I showed you earlier. I have some really wide, low-tack tape, and I'm going to trace a circle on it and cut it out. All right. I'll find my scissors here, and I'll be ready to cut out this circle. Here we are. And I'll carefully cut out the circle. Be very careful with the scissors. Just like that. Now that I'm done cutting out the circle, I'll place it here and lightly burnish it down, just like that. All right, right here at the horizon line, I want to put a piece of tape for the reflection on the water. Okay, the next step is to mask out an area for the reflection on the water. And I'm going to tear a piece of tape just like this, about the same width as the moon. I'm tearing this by hand, but you can use a pair of scissors if you'd like to cut yours. And that'll go right below the moon, right at the horizon line. You don't want the sides of the tape for the reflection straight, kind of ragged on the left and right side. That flat edge should be right on the horizon line. Kind of looks like a dot over the letter I, doesn't it? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the top half of my painting. I don't want to put too much water, just enough to wet it. And I don't want to go past the top of the horizon line, or where the edge of the tape for the reflection is. You want to stop right there. Now I'm going to take a brush, which I dipped in my blue paint. Now using these horizontal strokes, I'm just going to blend it nice and smooth, like so. It's mixing with the water, and that helps keep it nice and smooth. Now I'll add a little black to the blue to kind of darken it up. Sometimes I'll have a paper towel handy so that I can wipe my brush if there's too much paint on it. And I'll work my way down, smoothing it out as I go. I want to go from dark to light. That's the effect I want, dark to light. You want to work your way down and stop right at the bottom of the tape, and make sure that that's very light down at that end. And if you notice the sky sometimes, it usually goes from dark to light as it gets closer to the horizon line. Now do the same on the bottom of the painting. First I'll wet it, dip my brush in the water, and mix up some of that blue paint again. Now starting at the bottom, I'll add my blue color and work my way upward towards the horizon line. All right. And smooth it out by just going back and forth like so. There, that looks good. You can see I have it going from dark to light. Now you can let it dry naturally, but I'm going to speed it along using a blow dryer. Younger children should have adult supervision if you want them to use a blow dryer. That should be nice and dry. Now I'm putting a long piece of low-tack tape right across the horizon line like so. I'm going to add some simple mountains in the distance, right at the horizon line. I'll add a little paint, a little red and a little black to create a brownish color. And I'll add some water to it. I want to thin it out a little bit. I don't want it to be too dark because the mountains are in the background. Now I'll paint right over the top of the tape with this wide brush, just like that. There you have mountains. And when it's dry, I'll just peel the tape up. The mountains look good. I didn't want to paint them too dark because things in the distance appear much lighter. As you can see, I've taken the tape off the moon and the reflection. All right, I'm painting on this foreground color here. It's just part of the land where the tree will be on. All right, the next thing I want to do is I want to paint the foreground. And it's just a little body of land, and I'm going to paint a tree right on top of it. So I've already mixed up some dark colors, black, blue, and red. I mixed them all together and got this very nice dark color. Paint it right over the reflection like that. See how it takes away the paint? And I'm using this flat part of the brush. Add some water, kind of dampen it, kind of wipe it on the paper towel so there's not too much water on it. And I'll make some more light spots. These white spots or highlights are where the moon would reflect on the ground. There we go. Now this medium-sized brush will work great to make the tree. I'll mix a dark color like so. A little water, a little paint. It's time to paint a tree right here. I'll start off by making the tree trunk. Just bring that line up. I'll add some more paint on the brush, and I'll make some branches coming off the tree trunk like so. Extending outward, and smaller branches coming out of those other branches, and another branch here with a smaller branch coming out. Alright, now I'll add some more darks on the tree. Okay, I think I'm done with the branches. Now let's continue. I'm going to use that same sponging out technique with this brush. There's no paint on it, just a little water, just like before. I'll dampen it on the paper towel. We don't want too much water on it. And create some moonlight hitting the side of the tree. So I'm taking away the paint on the side of the tree to create these highlights, just like this. Very nice. I want to make some scattered leaves on the branches on the top of the tree. Now this is where that technique I showed you earlier comes in handy. I'm going to use a 1-inch paintbrush. I'll dip it in my dark color. Now it's just dab the paint, just like so. It's a fun way to make small leaves. Just keep dabbing until you get the effect you want. There, I think that's enough. Good. I know. How about some birds off in the distance? I'll take my medium-sized brush. Thin line, press down and make a thicker line, and then taper it up. And there's one bird. Just like that. They're off in the distance. There, they look nice. I'm going to use this flat-edged wide brush to darken in the foreground, like so. And now I'm going to create some grass growing by the water's edge. Using the flat end of the brush, I can create some really thin lines like this. It's amazing what you can do with one brush once you start experimenting with it. Now I'll add some grass over here by the tree. Just short little strokes to make thin blades of grass, just like so. darken up these branches, darken up the tree trunk. I really hope I've inspired some of you to continue to work with watercolors after you watch this show. And it's important to practice. You'll be surprised how easy some of these techniques are. After all, that's my goal, to inspire you. Now I'm going to add a little detail to my painting. I'll put some horizontal lines here in the water. Just to break up the reflection and indicate some ripples in the water, or maybe some movement in the water, just like so. That looks good. Very nice. I think I'll sign it right here. Here's a neat idea. Using a white colored pencil, I'm going to go back and add highlights to my painting. Your painting has to be completely dry before you use colored pencils. And I'm going over the same highlight spots and accenting them with this white pencil, like so. Here on the branches, like this, where the moonlight would be casting its light on the tree and on the ground, like so. And the moonlight would hit the tree from this side. That was a neat tip. It's time to remove the masking tape from my picture. Okay, now here's where you have to be careful. You don't want to tear the inside of your painting where your picture shows. So it's important to pull the tape away when you remove it. Pull it away and towards the outside of your painting. If you pull towards your painting, there's a chance you could rip the inside area of your picture. And that's why I always pull to the outside or away from my painting. There, now I'll remove this piece like so. That's good, all right. Always pulling away from your picture. There. That white border looks cool. I like to put mats on my watercolor paintings when I'm done. This color goes nicely with my watercolor painting, and will add a nice touch. Adding this mat to our painting looks even better. Very good. Nice job. Why, thank you, Booker. And thank you for being here today. I really enjoyed teaching you about watercolors and showing you how to paint this picture. Until next time, may God pour out his blessings on all of you. So long.